Good morning, second grade. Miss Vizzy here with your science lesson for this week. So you have finished all of your animal research. You should have finished this animal research report sheet from a few weeks ago, as well as looking up and finishing the adaptation sheet or Google form from last week. So this week we're going to talk about what our living zoo is going to look like this year, because I know we all know it's going to look a little different. So what's going to happen is on June 11th, which is a Thursday, it's the day before our last day of school, we are going to do a Zoom living zoo with both 2A and 2B. So because our living zoo is going to look different, we didn't get a chance to, in art class, to make the diorama with Miss D, and we didn't get a chance to make our animal books like we would in school. We're going to do this a little different. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see what our animal research report is going to look like. So instead of making a book, we are going to make a poster. So you are going to make a poster that is going to be due on Thursday, June 11th. Our Zoom is going to be at 1 p.m. We'll give you the information on that coming up. And you can dress as your animal if you already have your costume, but you do not have to dress up like your animal. I know some families already started purchasing things, but so I don't want to take away that from families. But at the same time, I don't want anyone going out and buying anything, because I know a lot of stores are closed, and I know Amazon is taking a long time right now. So don't dress up as your animal if you don't have anything. Don't worry about it. So your poster needs to have the following information on it, and I'll show you an example in a minute. It should have the name of your animal, at least one picture of your animal, either printed or drawn, the classification of your animal, so telling us, is it a fish, is it a mammal, a reptile, the habitat of your animal, where does it live, the size of your animal, the height and weight, what your animal eats, your animal's predators if it has any adaptations your animal has, and any other interesting facts about your animal. So you're going to make your poster on any size piece of paper. So if you have printer paper at home, you could use that. If you have construction paper, if you have extra poster board or extra big cardboard or paper laying around, you can use that. Whatever type of paper you have at home. And you're going to have 2 weeks to do this. So this is also going to be next week's science assignment as well. So that way you have lots of time to work on your poster before the zoo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a picture of a poster. This isn't what yours might look like, but I'm going to give you some ideas. So you'll notice on this poster, these kids have their animal's name in big letters. So they wrote sharks at the top, and they cut out a shark out of paper. They drew theirs just like you could draw it. You could also cut yours out, and they made their background look like the habitat of the shark, which I thought was pretty cool. So they put the grass down here, the seagrass, they put some waves. This is all things that you could do for your animal. They also have their diet over here, what the animal eats. They have facts down here. Sharks, they just took pieces of paper and wrote their information on and then glued them to their poster. So that is an option for you. There's also some other options, and I'll show you those right now. So we also have this poster here. It's a little hard to see. It's small. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. So they wrote their animal name really big at the top. They included printed pictures of their animal instead. So if you have a printer, you could do that. And then they wrote their information out in sentences and just glued it on lined paper and glued it to their poster. So this is another option for you as well. You could just write down the classification, the diet on lined paper from a notebook and just glue it down. And then my final example is another person who instead of using lined paper, they use index cards and lined paper, and they just put it on some construction paper. And they also have a drawing of a bear and a picture of a bear on theirs. They have their facts, they have their predators, the diet, the life cycle, which you don't need to include, what they look like and how much they weigh, their habitat. So there's a lot of different ways to do this. You don't need to have a printer. It doesn't have to be super fancy. We just want to be able to give all of you a living zoo, because I know it's a little sad that we didn't get to have one in the gym like we normally would in second grade. So we want to make sure that your research doesn't go to waste and that we still get to have an animal zoo with all of second grade. So what we're going to do is you can work on these posters. If you have questions, send an email to me or Miss Chin. or a dojo message, and we will answer your questions. And then on June 11th at 1 p.m., we will gather together on Zoom. We will have students show their posters. If they want to talk about their animal, they may. And we will have our own little virtual living zoo. So I hope everyone has a terrific Tuesday. It's supposed to be beautiful outside, so enjoy that. And I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day.